Hello everyone, it's Caribbean and Tina. Welcome to the channel. Hope everybody just having a wonderful day and that you're in the best of health.
Yes, with health being most important.
Tina.
So today, even though we're laughing, let's get serious about moving to another country.
Another country. There we go.
So first, you gotta buckle down and take a hard look at spending habits. This is a hard one. Where is your money living?
Right. If you're living with you or living with somebody else.
Meaning the electric company, if you're in Vegas.
Yeah, because the power company will get you good in Vegas. That or in the DMV.
Yeah. And now, what should you realistically, now that you've seen where your money's living, right? So now we got to look. We have taken our bank statements, our credit card statements, whatever we needed to do. Let's look at where we're spending our money. Now, what should you do realistically to scale down? Maybe it's less house, less car, less personal belongings, less cable package, paying off debts like credit cards, loans, etc. What is it that you can realistically scale down? Did you do that?
Yes and no.
Explain.
Well, there's some things we're used to doing as humans. There's people that we continue to do no matter where we go, where we be at. We'll continue to do the same thing. But then there's some things you say, okay, well, no, this ain't for me no more. I don't want to do this anymore. And I'm just done with this. I can spend my more money best over here than over there.
But when we were getting ready, now think about this. When we were getting ready we had the timetable. We knew when we were going to leave. We did. We said, no more of this. And we got rid of everything that we needed to get rid of to scale down. So you can't say yes and no, because had you said yes and no, you would not be sitting here.
Well, I guess you're right.
The only thing you didn't say that you did say no to was the belongings. He should have probably given 3/4 of what he brought. He should have given it away. That's what I think. Sold it or give it away. But other than that, you did. You scaled down. You sold the house. You sold the car. You sold a lot of your personal belongings. We cut the cable. Remember, we did that 2 months into leaving.
Cut the cord.
Yep. We cut back on our bills. We paid off all of our credit cards. We came with no debt. So we did exactly that. So you have to realistically, and it's hard. He fought a lot. He said no, and I still did it, because you have got to let the ties that bind you down in your country go if you're ever going to free it.
And you know what? That's the biggest part about the whole transitional thing is letting go.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. It was never meant to be easy. And it will never be easy. It's just a choice that you have to make.
Right. But it's a choice you have to make.
It's all about choices.
Right. So this is about getting serious.
Right.
Buckle down, look at your spending habits, and then what can you do at that moment to realistically scale down? And now you got to set up your timetable. You got to know realistically when you can retire or when you can take your job mobily without having to return back to your home country often. Right? And when will the new locale be ready? So these timetables have to play with each other. You got to have a smooth transition, meaning the day you get on that plane and the day you get off that plane, you have to be prepared to get on that plane, and you also have to be prepared to get off that plane and have a place to go.
Right. And I would say, Tim, it's all about timing. Yes. Because everything has got to be timed from the time. We had it down to a T, and I love it, because if not, we've been totally screwed up.
Yeah.
Because we came over here, we had so much luggage, and we had a cat on top of it. But we had a place to stay.
Right.
And we had health insurance.
Yes. Well, that's part of it. That's what you're getting ahead of yourself.
And we had, okay, all right.
So here is the hardest part. Sticking to the time frame. Working hard to get everything on your list completed on time. And I know it's so cliche, but it'll be worth it at the end. When you're settled, you can rest and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Because it is hard. Whoever tells you that transition and moving to another country was so easy, they a whole lie.
Yeah.
Not a half, a whole lie. Because getting that home ready for sale was challenging for me.
Right.
I still
Right.
needed you to be at work. You were finishing up. I was boxing. I was cleaning. I was preparing that home for photographs. I was getting in touch with people. It is hard work, but nothing gained, nothing ventured.
You know what? Anything worth having is worth working for.
Amen.
So, you know, I learned that from a little kid, and I've always stuck with those principles. And you know what? You just got to make sacrifices.
Yep. That's what it is. It's a sacrifice at first. It is. It's a sacrifice of your time, sore muscles, this, that, but in the end, trust me, we laid back in the cut once we got in here.
Yeah.
And we laid back and was like, oh, thank you. And we relaxed and took some vacations and left and came back.
Came back.
It was worth it to me. But so another one, plan for healthcare. That's what you were talking about earlier. Sorry about the wind. It's like really windy today. But plan for healthcare. So you have to look into different policies and prices. Know what you will or will not need. Only you know that. Where hospitals and doctors that you may need are located, and the ratings through the WHO, which is the World Health Organization, because when you are out of the American domain,
Right.
you need to know what the World Health Organization deems like clean and respectable and you know, up to standards and everything, because you're not in the country you were from anymore. So that's that one.
And trustworthy.
Got to plan for that healthcare.
That's pretty serious. 'Cause, I mean, you talking about your life now. That is your life. Your health is your life for the rest of your life. So you got to make sure that's definitely in place.
And we'll be doing another video that I have just kind of forgotten, and you reminded me the other day that we're going to do a video on how and when to approach getting Social Security.
Right.
Because I just got so frustrated. I can't even tell you how many people on YouTube that I watch you guys here and abroad, and you guys are like, "Oh, I hurried up and took my money because I'm gonna die." Look, I ain't speaking that. I'm gonna live a long life. Do you hear me?
Life, man.
I moved to live a better and longer life. So there is no way I'm gonna doom myself and say that I'm gonna die in the next 10 years. So I gotta hurry up and take my Social Security. Oh no. I'm going to make Uncle Sam pay through the nose, and the only way to make him do that and get my money back is for me to live longer and wait and get all my money. But we'll have a video on that.
Right.
Yeah, we're going to do a video
I
on
can't wait till we get to that one. I can't wait.
So, also, register with STEP, S-T-E-P, which is the U.S. Embassy's Smart Traveler Enrollment Program. You can go online, you can register to get your new country's safety conditions in real time, and also help you in case of a natural disaster through the U.S. Embassy. This is not only when you retire, it is every single time you know you're going to go on vacation. I did this when we went to Cancun. I did it when we went to Germany. I did it all the times we came here. Every time we go anywhere, I don't care if it's safe, unsafe, media, I don't care. I register that we are going to be there. I put how long we're going to be there. I put the hotel and the places that we're going to be at, so that if the U.S. Embassy needs to reach me in case of a disaster or I need help, I can reach out to them and they know I am in country.
And that's very, very smart. A lot of people don't think about that. They just go and don't worry about anything, but if something happens, then what you working with?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So also, do your own research. I know sometimes you're like, I can help and I can this. No, because I don't know you like you don't know me that well. You think you know me because you're on YouTube, but you don't know me.
That might be one of the movies.
Yeah. So although others like us have bits and pieces of info, you know, it's your life and your well-being and your money. So take the tidbits and gems that we drop, because we drop some pearls of knowledge, but look deeper into them and see how they can benefit you. And here is some that we get all the time. that it boggles my mind. I would never trust any of this to a person. I listen to what people say, I consider sources, but in the end, I would like to think, an informed decision by looking into things myself, because it's you and I's future, it's you and I's health and welfare, it's you and I's life and money, and I would never squander that on the misinformation of someone. Not even us. We ain't perfect. Nobody is. So, when you're shipping or selling personal items, how it will affect you and how much it may cost. These are things you need to look at. Is your personal items so rare that you need to have them? I don't know. I can't tell you that. So how could I tell you whether you should ship it or you should buy new? I know what I did. I know what mistakes I made, and I know what I did right. So I can give you little pieces, but again, you need to look into those costs, into those benefits, and decide for yourself. Transportation, you get that a lot, right, with the cars?
A great deal.
To buy new here or to ship a car, or using private drivers, local transportation, or Uber. Only you can decide that. That's a personal decision. Do you want to pay those taxes? How much taxes would you have to pay on the personal vehicle you own? I don't know what you own, and it's not up to me to look up what you own, what it's worth, and how much tax they're going to charge you. That's up to you. That's your car, not mine, unless you bring it out here to give it to me. I mean, these are decisions you guys need to make and look into, and everything is available on this wonderful thing called the internet.
Right.
It's amazing.
Absolutely.
Check it out. So, also, places to live. Is that not the number
That's
one?
one of the biggest questions we
trumps
had.
the cars, but... So, places to live. Apartment versus home. Right? Buying versus renting. Amount that they want to pay of rent versus safety and location.
Right.
Only you can answer those questions. You know what you're looking for. You know what your budget is. You know better than me. I can't tell you to live. I know how I live. I know how I want it to live.
Right.
You, right?
And also city, country, city.
There you go.
A lot of choices. A lot of choices to be made.
Yeah.
A lot of choices.
How could you tell me?
Yeah. Only you would know. Only you know that. So you can't really put your livelihood in someone else's hand.
Yeah.
Or just grab even one YouTube video and say, "Wow, this sounds great. Let me go for it." Because when you get to those railroad tracks, you gotta make a decision. Either you're gonna go to the left or you're gonna go to the right.
Yeah.
So if you follow the wrong people and you get the wrong information and wrong advice, you go always end up at the wrong place. Sometimes life is just trial and error.
Yes. And I don't want anyone to ever come back and say, Eric and Tina gave me the most horrible advice.
Right.
They told me I should rent, but I found the most amazing house I could have bought. But I listened to them, and here I am.
Wow.
I didn't tell you. I tell you what kind of neighborhoods I like. I know what I like. I'm just saying.
Absolutely. It's like I said, a lot of it is the choices that you make. And you know what?
The information you have.
And information that's based on the information that you research. Mm-hmm. So you take a little bit here, and we give a lot of good information out on this channel.
Right.
The time we started, hit the ground running, a lot of good information. And
because you've lived in two neighborhoods.
Absolutely.
But did you love them both? Yes.
I did like them both.
I loved them both.
I liked them both.
I
did.
The amount of bang for my buck, I like this one better.
Right. But not just that, but also actually came to the country before we even decided to do anything. We came and we checked it out from the north to the south.
Yeah.
We just checked it out, found out what area was good for us. Some people prefer the country. Okay, you want to live in the country? They got country areas for you. Some people like the city. Okay, you like the city? Great. But you remember, if you live in the country, that's further you have to drive. If you live in the city, it's a convenience. It's just like back home.
Yeah.
It works just like back home.
That's exactly. And all these, that's what I said. All these points are things that you would exactly do if you were moving, let's say, like I moved from Indiana to Michigan, then Michigan, I moved to Las Vegas. Well, I considered all these things. I did all these things. I had all these things implemented. So it's no different than moving. Only snafu is that you're moving over water. So, of course, moving prices are going to be a little higher if you're trying to ship everything.
Absolutely.
But other than that, no different. Still need deposits, still need this, still need that. So it's the same. But anyway.
Absolutely.
Also, get to know the culture So research the history, the people, government, regulations and laws, social norms, and the language, so that you can have help getting through day-to-day things.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to come out here and think, I'm not going to learn a word of Spanish, I'm going to know how to say hola and adios, but I'm going to go and turn on my electric, ain't going to happen. I'm going to go to the store, and then when I can't find mayonnaise, I'm going to ask them where the mayo is. Ain't going to happen. You need to learn at least day-to-day Spanish, which you have learned the hard way. Because what happens when the Uber driver texts you in Spanish and asks you something?
Then I have to figure it out, or I have to just go to my phone and translate it. Figure out what he's really trying to say.
Yes, so there's that. Contact banks. I cannot stress this. Every bank has a website. Contact various banks to find the right fit for you. Meaning, who has the services you need,
Right.
the fees you like, and the accessibility that you're going to need to branches and ATMs. It is no different than when you're in the U.S. and we moved to Nevada, and I was like, oh wow, there's no, whatever bank I had in the Midwest was not in Nevada. I need a new bank.
Right. Absolutely.
So I looked at Chase, I looked at Wells Fargo, I looked at other banking and said, what's a good fit for me? Well, I think this one's a good fit for me, and I chose. It is the same thing here. I don't know why people think that it is impossible. It is not. Find out where these banks are located, even different countries that they're located, because you have Scotia Bank, that's like a European bank, so it's in different countries. You have Banco Popular. Banco Popular is in Mexico, it's in Puerto Rico, it's in the U.S. even. So, I mean, there's different banks all over if you need that accessibility. I didn't need that accessibility. I wanted here, I wanted what I wanted here, and we went with Banco Santa Cruz. So, it's up to you. But you need to contact the banks because you need to know what you're looking for. Also, look into local cell phone providers. There is a lot of them.
Bunch of them.
Big and small. So the big ones are Claro, Altice, Orange, right? There's some big ones. Mobile, there's big ones. And there's smaller ones. So you need to look at them for the service that you are looking for. You may not want nothing but pay-as-you-go. You may want service like we have, where we actually pay for monthly service. You may want to buy a phone out here. You might want to bring your phone and just get a chip put in.
Right.
It's up to you, but so you need to look at the different local cell providers, find the best service, the cost, and the plan that fits best in your life. So these are all questions that only you can answer. So it is in your best interest to do your own research so that you know when you lay your head at night that you made a good decision that was right for you, and you kind of almost feel more in control of your life, don't you?
Right.
Like after we made big decisions, didn't we feel like, wow, this is how we learned and came about, almost fitting in here.
Well, one decision that I made, I think it was my fault. I ordered cable.
It was his fault, 100%.
Yeah, 100 month. It was my fault. First apartment we had.
He was in a rush.
Well, I was given some good advice. The advice was good, but when it got time for me to leave from one location to another, they couldn't transfer it.
Right.
Because they didn't have service here at this location that I'm at right now. So now I still got to pay
for the year
because I made a year contract with them, and I'm thinking, because everything changed quickly. When you get one location, it all depends on how long you sign your lease. Everything depends on that too. But we ended up signing a lease for a certain amount of time.
3 months.
We ended up leaving early. Another location. Got here. That cable company was not available at my location. Now I got to keep paying. Okay.
No, he had to pay it out to close it off.
Pay it out, close it out, and end up doing something totally.
Thankfully, it wasn't very expensive because I would have been pissed.
If I was in the United States, I would have to take a loan.
That would have been thousands. Think about it. Cable is like $100 a month.
Yes,
and that's your most lowest probably package. So you would have owed $1,200 if it was the U.S. You're lucky it was only a little over 100, so it was a minor boo-boo. But they were like, "Give me my money before you close your contract." They definitely made sure they got your money.
because you don't want to get into any trouble, as far as financially here.
But I must say that the reason that happened was because he didn't follow the protocol that I use, and he didn't want to listen to me. He wanted cable right away. First is, does it fit into your life? We didn't know we were going to stay there, so I was like, why are we rushing to get cable? But somebody had to have his sports.
I had to have my sport.
Even though they were in Spanish,
football.
And then he got them, and he didn't even know what was going on, so he didn't even hardly watch them. And then also, you listened to someone else's advice, and you didn't look into anything. He got a piece of advice, he ran with it and said, this is who we're getting them, let's go.
Who's that?
You listen to your friend.
No, but I'm talking about what? Okay, well, so what? Are we still talking about cable?
Yes, and you didn't look into alternatives.
Well, but something like I said,
because we now have VPN and we have our plans from the U.S., meaning our Netflix and Hulu, and you could have done that, but no patience.
But I didn't know all that. Okay, but I wasn't thinking that far. Everything changed when you first get here. Like I said, there's some stuff that's just going to automatically. I don't care how kind of information you got. Trial and error. Trial and error, balance.
Sure.
You're going to make some mistakes.
Yes.
Where you going to live at. You got to come out here and check everything out.
Yep.
Then you got to figure it out, because I'm telling you, if you come here and think you're going to get a cable company or a satellite company and turn TV on and you think you're going to see American TV.
No.
You're wrong.
Right.
This is a Spanish country.
I tried to tell
you get
him
Spanish channels.
And I made my mistakes, because I made the mistake by having us buy new cell phones out here. And then I hated it because it was an Android phone, first off. I am an Apple family. Be clear. When we should have just brought our old Apple phones and had the chip put in like we do now.
Right.
So we ended up paying for a phone that we don't even use, it's sitting in a closet. So anybody want to buy an Android phone? I got a brand new one. I only used it 1 month. 2 brand new phones.
We got 2 of them.
They're paid for. Anybody want to buy them
Paid
off
in
me?
full.
Come out here, I'll sell them to you.
Because you know what? My Apple phone, we've been with Apple for years, Tina. And I know my phone, so it's going to work the same way my Apple phone works anywhere else. It's going to work here, too. Apple is Apple.
I couldn't get how to use an Android.
Yeah,
Android people get it. They love Android. And
couldn't figure it out. I'm just an Apple person.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Me too, 100%. Apple all the way.
Apple all the way. Yay.
So, to end this, most of all, stop the back and forth. Remember that commitment is everything.
It's everything.
To be able to move forward toward a better life, bigger savings, which is your favorite.
Hello.
And a happier life. So, commit. 100%. Got to commit.
And basically what she's saying is that don't say one thing today and then 3 weeks from now, something totally different.
Yes.
Because once you put your money on the line, baby, them moving companies coming to your house or wherever, however you're going to have it done, they're going to show up, because they showed up at my house.
Yep.
And I couldn't tell them, I changed my mind. I don't want to move.
Well, you could. They still got the money.
They still got the money. And I'd have been hot as a firecracker at 4th of July. Okay? Hot as I
Well, I look at it like this. We have friends of ours, dear friends I've been friends with forever.
Right.
They used to always say, we're going to move in 4 or 5 years.
Right.
When this mile marker in our life happens. And then we'd be like, awesome. And then that mile marker would come and they go, well, you know what? It's probably going to be in another 4 or 5 years. And then we're like, I thought you said that last 4 or 5 years. And then it get to that mile marker and then they'd say, no, we're still not ready. It's probably going to be in another 4. I was like, look, that ain't never going to happen. Let's be real at this point. If you keep putting things off like that and you can't make a commitment, you're not going to be an expat. Right. You're not going to move. It's not going to happen.
And I was having a conversation with my friend Andre. My trucker friend. What's up, Andre? Hope you're doing good. Be safe out there, my friend.
Yes.
Stay safe every day. So anyway, me and Andre had a conversation at the Food Tropolis, and we were saying, he was saying, man, I want to move in 3 years. Then again, I might want to move in 5 years. And I asked him, I said, tell you what, how financially fit would you be in 3 years compared 5 years?
Yeah.
How are you looking? What do you feel more comfortable with? What do you feel comfortable with? I mean, what do you feel more comfortable sitting back in your chair? He said, you know what, 5 years. I said, 5 years is your answer.
Yes.
Because that's the best answer.
Right.
But sometimes we ask questions, but sometimes you got the answer right in your mouth. Because you know what? I'm not going to tell him, man, get it as soon as you can. Because that might not be the best time.
For him, right.
Yeah, even the Bible said to everything there's a season. To everything, Ecclesiastes 3,
Sure.
to everything, there is a season. There's a time for you to move. There's a time for you to pack up. There's a time for you to come off that job. You stay in that job too long, you're gonna wish you had none.
That's the truth.
Ain't that the truth? My back was oh my God. You know what I'm saying? So all this information we give you, hold to the information, take it with you.
And if you need to rewind this, pause it, write it down, but I'm telling you, refer back to this video and the prior video we said about being an expat, what it's really, really like, and what you really need to get and anticipate, because these are the things that you really need to sit and think about yourself, discuss with your mate, like we did.
Right.
And then come to the conclusion, yes or no, this is for me, and if so, what do I got to get in order? And these are the greatest steps to getting you there.
And again, you guys got my website. If you want to sit down with us and make an appointment at some point to kind of, give you some pointers, whatever, we willing to do that too. We willing to do that too.
Right. But even with that, you still should always look into things yourself.
Right. It's all about
part of the hard work of relocation.
But it's all about research too.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's part of the hard work. Research was literally the thing. I remember I told you I called going down the rabbit hole, and you'd be like, "What have you been doing for the last 4 hours?" And I'm like, "Well, let me tell you. Sit down. This is gonna take a while." And I would sit there and explain to you everything that I looked into, everyone I contacted, why this over that, why here over there, and we sat and made decisions because we were armed with knowledge. Right. Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power. And you know what, Tina? Let me ask you a question. So, if a person thinking about coming out here, moving out here in the next 8 years, when should that person prepare?
As soon as they decide.
Okay, so as soon as you decide, you locked in your mind, you say, I'm going to do this thing, nobody going to stop me, nobody going to hinder me, then you should start doing your research.
Yes, because research is the very first, because when you do research, you'll get to see a more realistic time frame. Like if you say to yourself, okay, I want to move, let's say to the Dominican Republic, because you guys could be relocating anywhere. And you say, my Spanish is not that great, but now you've said to yourself, I gave myself an 8-year plan, so therefore I have the luxury of learning, and then also in between getting all my ducks in a row, and in between doing my research. So that, it's a whole thing. It took us, we didn't do it overnight. It took us, 4 years? 3 years, 3.5?
I would say 3.5, 4 years.
So it didn't, really, it doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah, it really doesn't. So it's your world, it's your life. You gotta make decisions, and when you make a decision, I just encourage you to stick with it, because you're gonna love it. Yes. You're going to love it. If you decide
you're the captain of your own ship.
Captain of your own ship. If you want to come here and you want to lug 50,000 pounds worth of stuff, then that's you. You got to pay for that stuff. You got to have somebody go to the port. They're going to charge you for everything based on what they think is worth. It's just a lot of stuff that goes into the whole package.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to give you the fundamentals of what it's going to take for you to have your nerves not bad and you jumping off a bridge.
Right, so you got to get serious. If you're serious and you're ready, watch this video again. And if you don't know if you want to be serious, then watch. I can encourage you to go back, watch the video. Things you have to realize when you're an expat.
Tina, I really love this video, and I really hope this can really be a help to a lot of people, because a lot of people really need to have this information, whatever the move they're going to make.
Yep.
And when you give you guys good information, and I hope you take it, because it might be the cause of you either being broke or saving a lot of money.
Yes. Let's hope not broke.
Let's hope not broke.
Let's hope.
Let's hope rich. Let's hope some coins. So, in the meantime, between time, always remember, life is to be enjoyed.
Yes, and remember to hit subscribe. It is the easiest and free way to patron the channel, to support the channel. We love our Caribbean family. We look forward to the comments underneath. And remember, under every video is the information for Bonfire, for the t-shirts, the merch, and also for the website. So
Tina, I got one more question, quick. What is the DOP today?
Oh, wow. So today, the DOP has reached over 58. So we are officially sitting pretty at 58 on our way $259. I'm happy.
I ain't got nothing else to say. I ain't got
My
nothing else
rent's
to say.
gone down again. Yay!
I ain't got nothing else to say. Life to be enjoyed. Peace. See you when you get here.